Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show, your number one all New York sport podcast covering the sport of Formula One. I'm your host, Dominic Konowski. In this video, we're going to be talking about the team history of Formula One. There are right now 10 current teams fielding 20 different drivers and cars. And there's a lot of history behind them, and I cannot stress that enough. Folks, when I was doing my research for this, I learned a lot of stuff that I thought I knew but ended up being wrong about. And just how far a lot of these teams' history goes back, from name changes, buyouts, sellout. It's honestly amazing. And this is just going to be a fun video. It's a fun video to make. Check out our website article on it as well. That'll be in the description down below for a little bit more less in depth, more like of a timeline in a way kind of article. So yeah, make sure to strap your seatbelt in and click that subscribe button. Here we go. Now, I just want to let you guys know I'm not going to be talking about Ferrari, Williams, McLaren, or Haas due to them not changing the name or anything like that. Ferrari has been in the sport since 1950, Williams since 1977, and McLaren 1966, and then of course Haas, being established in 2014, did not have their first Grand Prix until the 2016 season. So, there's still a lot to talk about, though. We're going to start off with the Aston Martin Red Bull Racing team. Started in 1977, it came up as Stewart and was racing under that name until the 2000 season. Then it was renamed Jaguar and competed under that name for a total of 3 seasons from 2001 to 04. Now, of course, Jaguar just did so much with the sport. One of the more famous teams, was not around that long. But the drivers, they had some iconic drivers. And honestly, it's a shame not to really see it that much in the sport of racing just in general, We would love to see Jaguar back. And then in 2005, of course, it became the team that we all knew and loved. Monaco Grand Prix winner, Red Bull Racing. So Red Bull Racing is famous for one of the biggest reasons, not only getting a lot of good drivers, but having a feeder team in a way to get you those good drivers. I'm talking about AlphaTauri, aka the old Toro Rosso team. You have the likes of Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen, Daniel Kvyat, the Torpedo, come up through Toro Rosso, now the newly named AlphaTauri team. Just got the name not too long ago. It started off as Minardi back in 1985, completed under that name back from 85 to 2005. It was in the sport for a while, ended up being bought out by Toro Rosso from 06 to 19, operated under that name, which also means Red Bull in Italian, which is something I never knew. Very interesting there. So it was the Red Bull Toro Rosso racing team, but when you look at it, it was the Red Bull racing team. Now, Toro Rosso had that name until the 2019 season, to where it was named AlphaTauri back in 2020, and it still competes under that name today. Now, AlphaTauri still has an affiliation with Red Bull Racing. Only difference is the name change. It's still kind of like the feeder team for Red Bull. Most recent drama with that is, of course, Pierre Gasly and Alexander Albon. Those two drivers switching things up. Right now, Pierre Gasly races for the team. He's more the famous driver on that team. Definitely the first driver for that team. So going on now, you have the Alpine team. We knew it. Actually competed against itself back in the 80s. I'll get to that in a second. So Alpine, that started out as Tolman, 1981 to 1984. Ended up going from 85 to 2001 as Benham. And then from 2002 to 2010 to Lotus when knew it, a GP. And then after that, it was just Lotus, but it had no affiliation whatsoever to the original Lotus F1 team. And at that time, there was also another Lotus team. Same thing, no affiliation with the original one. And that Lotus team was from Malaysia, ended up just being one of the biggest Formula One team busts in history. I do hope to do a video on that at some point in the near future. So, after it was Lotus for a while, it finally went to a Newiff back in 2016, stayed there till 2020, And then we named the team to Alpine to kind of bring awareness to their new car, the new Alpine car that is now on the market that you could buy. So I think that was just a great marketing idea. I do think it will go back to Inuit after the season, to be honest with you. I think it's just a yearly name change. Speaking about yearly name change, we're going to see that in a second with Aston Martin. But going back, though, to Inuit, when you look at it and trace it back in 1977 to 1985, there was an Inuit team. Inuit raced against Toman in the 80s. So you have the original Inuit team racing against the former one that would end up buying out the new one. That's a big, just mental tongue twister in a way, but at the same time, it is just truly amazing when you look at it. So going on now to Aston Martin, of course, the team that we all love, the Jordan team. So many big stars came out of Jordan. That deserves its own video to itself. Okay, the amount of just fame, just talent that Jordan produced in its time on the grid was truly something that was not really seen. From 1991 to 2005, Jordan was in the Formula 1 grid, and then it was renamed in 2006 to Midland. Wait, 2007, yeah, new team name. That was Spryker, and then 2008, it kept its new name for a while. From 2008 to 2017, that was Force India, which created the likes of Nico Hülkenberg, really got a name for himself before he ended up going over to Inuit. And then in 2018 to 2020, it became Racing Point. That ended up folding mid-season through, and then that's where Aston Martin came out of. So here we are now, final team, final constructor, final slot, however you want to put it. We are in the front stretch, checkered flag waving in the air, Mercedes, and oh boy, doesn't it fit to end off with that team. Mercedes started not even with a Mercedes engine team or anything. It started off back in 1971 as Tyrrell. That went until 1998, so a very long time. And then from 99 to 2005, it was the Bar F1 racing team. That ended up switching over to Honda from 06 to 08. Of course, Honda, making likes of Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. The rivalry was unmatched, and I cannot stress that enough. This was a rivalry unlike no other, true teammate rivalry, okay? Two guys hated each other, first to race each other, always wanted to outdo each other. I loved it. I wish I was into Formula 1 at that time. I didn't until the 2060 season is when I really got into the sport of Formula 1. I wish I got into it sooner, though, so I could see this rivalry with my own eyes instead of watching it on, highlights or something like that. And then, so, Honda, it comes, has a lot of success, be like, bye-bye. So here comes Braun GP. 2 weeks before the season is supposed to start, Braun GP comes out of nowhere. And for that one season, that one 2009 season, something special happened. Not only did this new team win a Constructors' Championship, they also won the Drivers' Championship. And after that, you did everything you could really in Formula 1 as a team. We're just going to close up shop and let Mercedes comes in. And that is where Mercedes came, and that is where it still is now, as 2010 was the birth of the Mercedes Formula 1 team. Folks, comment down below what you guys think about this video. Thank you guys for watching this. Like I said, check out our website article for more timeline kind of thing. I'm your host, Dominic Conowski of the New York Sports Show, and I'm signing out. Peace.